Hello, it's Jocelyn, and I'm here to make a video. I'm gonna try to just skip intros because most people don't like those. I'll try to just get right into it, but I'll probably end up having an intro sounding thing at the end, so stay tuned for that. Okay, I'm gonna be talking about dark versus light, and I'll start with the obvious things. So you look around and you see probably something beautiful, hopefully. And you might think first, okay, I can see because the light's on, right? But in truth, there's a mix of dark and light going on all the time in everything you see. In any beautiful, striking picture that you see, and it's like, oh my gosh, you captured that shot perfectly. The way the shadow is, and the way that, see, like when you start thinking about it, you're able to kind of see, oh yeah, I mentioned the shadow. Oh yeah, I mentioned the way the light was coming through the tree in that most beautiful way, and something like that. You get this perfect nature shot. Oftentimes, if you think about it, you do pick apart and see the darkness and the light within it that made it so beautiful. But a lot of times we don't really realize that. But if you think about it, like logically, when you're looking around, you know that. You know that there's a beautiful flow of both going on all the time, but you view things in the way that you're supposed to, probably, by just seeing it as a whole, seeing it as the beautiful mix that it is. So, what goes into that process, though, is the kind of separation of things, the separating dark and light, and kind of dissecting those and understanding everything that goes with that. And so, oftentimes we decide that something is good or bad based off of dark versus light, or we have some kind of prejudgment about it. But really, that's what needs to be released, is the judgment and the resistance of one side or the other. So most people will pick a side. Some people will say that life is hard and everything is against you and all this kind of stuff, and they're really negative about life, or they just feel like they're realistic and they just see things for what it is. And it's like, okay, yes, you do. You do see a realistic approach to life, but do you also see that the life being beautiful is also very realistic? Like, the light is also realistic as well. There is a good balance of both that needs to be found. And so oftentimes, people like me, that I fall more on the light side of the spectrum of like happy-go-lucky, nothing bothers me kind of approach, which of course isn't true. I'm a person. I have both sides to me, but I wasn't connected to my heavier emotions. I wasn't really facing it. I was just carrying it around with me, not even aware of what was weighing me down, and just feeling like nothing bothers me. And then people would like kind of come up and be like, is there something bothering you, or are you okay, or how are you doing? And I'd be like, I'm good. Like, what? What's going on? Why are you asking me like that? And then I just kind of realized, once I started going within, what people were trying to mirror to me and trying to let me know that I wasn't seeing. And that was, like, whether they realized it or not, they were trying to help me integrate both sides. And, we do that for other people too. Like, life really isn't always so hard. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is really hard. But then we shift back into the lighter side of things and we realize, the ups and downs of life and how important both are and how both make us feel alive. And like we mentioned earlier, if everything is light or everything is dark, we're blind. And quite frankly, we're delusional if we're either. And the other side of some extreme person is going to see the other person as blind. And the other person's going to be like, no, you're blind. You don't see. And it's like, okay, well, we're both blind because we're both too extreme. But then once we meet in the middle, we realize, wow, I finally see. This is what perception really is. Oh my gosh, why did I always think things were this way? And we come into that just like beautiful, like inspired awareness, and it's wonderful. And that's what I'm really coming into is once you realize how everything flows together and where everything fits in and why I needed to stop dissecting things so much. And we do that with ourselves where, we look at ourselves as like what you like and you don't like about yourself and what you think needs to be worked on and what you do love about yourself. But realizing that really what you think needs to be worked on is often just what needs to be loved. And then once you love it, you realize that the only feeling of like it needing to be worked on was needing it to be integrated. And that's really what it is. It's not something you need to get rid of, it's something you need to integrate so that it's not this kind of foreign, like almost like a disease within you. Like if something is separated, everything else is like against it, almost like it's a disease, we need to get rid of it. But it's like, no, it's actually something that needs to be pulled in and integrated because it's a part of us that needs to be loved so desperately. And then we pull it in and then it's like, okay, so my weird mannerisms or, like these just odd things about myself were what needed to be pulled in and loved and accepted because like I'm weird as it gets and I love it. And, just all of these things, it's like I need to just like pull it all in and love on it. And that's what this whole like working on myself thing really was. It was just integration. That's literally what it is integration, coming into wholeness. So instead of looking at it judgmentally, which is the opposite of love, and which is stopping the process of your wholeness, we need to realize, okay, we've broken it apart, we've looked at it, we understand ourselves very well in a logical standpoint. Now it's time to stop viewing ourselves in pieces because that's why we feel so broken. Now it's time to realize where everything connects and where everything is necessary and beautiful. Bring it all back together. So, let's do that. Let's do it together. And I don't have it perfectly made. I'm still like in the process of things, and I don't think I will ever arrive. Like people say, I am always going to be finding more to love in life and in myself and in other people. And it's a great process. It really is. And once we just realize how everything connects and that we are all part of one big amazing thing, that we would connect to that too, because that's the other thing. It's like, okay, once you come into connection within yourself, now it's time to connect with everyone else. But you can't truly connect until you're fully connected within yourself, because that's the first part. And then we realize that we're a piece that needs to be integrated amongst everyone. And then we realize the ultimate wholeness is amongst everyone. And that's what we all should be working towards. And yeah, we got this. I totally believe in this, like 100%. And yeah, let's just keep doing it together. Okay, I'll call it quits for now. Bye.